Folks. Now I am going to briefly touch upon Graph API in Power Automate. Okay, so let's get started. So Graph API is one of the way to fetch the details for the user objects. Okay, like emails. Okay, email messages, email folders, and so on. So let me just go to the um, Graph API page of the Microsoft documentation. So what is Microsoft Graph? So Microsoft Graph is the a kind of a gateway to Microsoft Cloud services like Entra and Microsoft 365. So using this, you can query the Microsoft 365 products details like emails, right? As I mentioned, okay, email messages. Okay, so Microsoft Graph API provides a single endpoint, graph.microsoft.com, to query the data. Okay, so it's like a REST API. Okay, so it exposes REST API in client libraries to access data on the following cloud services like bookings, calendar, Excel, OneDrive, OneNote, Outlook, SharePoint, Teams. So basically, you can just use that Graph API to access the data in all these products, all these apps. Okay, so it's a quite a useful Graph API. Okay, and it's very handy. So mm, now I will quickly run one graph query. Okay, so here I have opened a Graph Explorer. Okay, so developer.microsoft.com, and then this is Graph Explorer. Okay, now I have logged in using my ID. Okay, so this is my ID. I have logged in. I will just run this simple get query. Okay, on this I'll just quickly run it, and it has given me the response. Okay, so this is the standard format. So like it has given the display name of my email mailbox. Okay, then my mail ID. Okay, and all these details. Okay, so this is quite handy. So what is the ID of my inbox or ID of my mail? Okay, so like I can query something else also. Okay, okay, just click over here, come to left hand side, you just click and the query will be formulated here. Click on run messages, run query. So here it has given me all the mails. Okay, in the JSON format. Okay, see it has returned all the emails. So one mail is having the subject as welcome. Okay, this is the internet message ID. This is the received date time when I received this mail. When was this mail created? When was it last modified? What is the ID of that mail? So this is very useful uh, data. Okay, so using ID you can search any mail in the mailbox. Okay, and if your mail has multiple mailbox has multiple mails, right? So it will be there in uh, uh, index. You will have multiple indexes which will have multiple emails. Okay, so as you can see the value contains that in array format, and like it has these mails. Okay, I'll just scroll down, keep on scrolling. Yeah, so this is the second email. Okay, now the subject is again welcome again. Okay, now if I scroll down again, yeah, so this is the different subject, right? So Microsoft Entra production ID. Okay, so let me see if I have that mail opened. Yeah, see here it has this, it has those mails like welcome. Okay, so it is giving the correct data. Okay, so here you can keep on exploring all these queries. So it is very useful. And now I will show you how do you run this same query in Power Automate Desktop. Okay, so let's go to the tool now, Power Automate Desktop. So here I have uh, taken send an HTTP request. Okay, under this action, Office 365 Outlook, I come over here, send an HTTP request. Okay, so this is the query, same query which I showed you in the browser, right? So this is the one. I have used a get method, content type as application slash JSON, leave other things as blank, then advanced you keep that as blank. Then it is producing a JSON response, that is HTTP response. Okay, that you can pass to get the you can pass the get as custom object in Power Automate Desktop, and then you can read those values in your code. Okay, so I'm running it. Okay, so it is started executing line number 10. So it has given me here, if you see here, it has returned some value. Let's open it. So this is the response, HTTP request response in JSON format. Okay, so these are the properties of it. And you can see this value property has more data, so you can just explore, click on more. And one more thing, you can see this OData next link. So this is also very important because when you're when you run this query, it will only return top 10 items. So but if your mailbox will have multiple items, right? So that you can use this link to get the next 10 messages. Okay, so this is useful for pagination. Now I click on more, so it has given me some again nested data. So it has so many mails. Okay, but it has given me only top 10 mails. Okay, because by default Graph API will return top 10 mails. Okay, so now I will click on more. See, it has given me again the subject as welcome, receive date, all these properties you can read from this custom object. Okay, as per your need. Okay, now you will have query like I want to pass a particular user ID and get that user ID mails, right? So see, I have taken one user ID for which I have the permission to read that mail. Okay, so I will stop this part. So this is the user ID. Okay, for which I'm going to read that mail. Okay, so I put that into variable. Now I'm going to send an HTTP request, give the users, then that email ID and then messages. So let's run it, and there is some issue in this. Okay, okay, I think it should be EID1, right? Sorry, EID. I think it should be entire thing should be EID1. Okay, so let's okay. I think I did not run from here, right? So it did not complete it. So what I will do, yeah, I will just run from here. Okay, I think this is again wrong. Let's see what is the error. It's not a valid graph endpoint. Okay, URI path is not valid. Why this is saying so? This is correct. Okay, EID. This is the correct mail. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's copy and paste over here. Let's see what it is saying. Yeah, I think there was some issue, but now it has returned. Okay, so here you can pass it like this, users and then ID and then messages, and then you will get the response here. Okay, so it has given the all the mails. Okay, whatever is there in this inbox of this particular mail. Okay, so only two emails, so it has returned two emails. Okay, so this is how you get the mail for a particular email ID, and here I have shown you for my email ID because I've chosen the connection reference as mine, so you can add a new connection reference. Okay, so this is my email ID, so I created a connection reference. Now I want to get the uh, inbox folder ID. Okay, so I just want to get the inbox ID. What is the inbox folder ID? Okay, so I will give a get call, and this is a query I will formulate, and then I will run it. So I will run over till here. Okay, let's run from here. Okay, ignore this message. Now I have got something. Okay, so this is my inbox. Okay, so now what is the output? Yeah, so this has returned me the ID of the inbox. Okay, so which you can use in other queries. Okay, so this is the query you need to remember if you want to get the ID value of inbox folder. Now let's see what is the issue here. Okay, so this query, I think it's not correct probably. Okay, so fine. Okay, just ignore this one. Now let's see this folder, child folders, why it has. Okay, so let's try to get all the folders. Okay, now instead of inbox I will just run a query which will give me entire all the folders in that mailbox. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, so it has returned all the folders. So it has around 8 folders. Okay, let's validate with the inbox also whether it has 8 folders or not. So one is inbox, then draft, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it has 8 folders. All are parent folders. Okay, inbox, draft, sent items, deleted items, junk, notes, archive, and conversation history, all are parent folder. only the subfolder is this test folder, is the subfolder, is the child folder. Okay, now let's go back to Power Automate. So let's see what is the folder name. Archive. Okay, one is correct. Then you have conversation history. Yes. Then you deleted items, what we saw now. Then drafts. Then inbox. Then junk email. Then outbox. And sent items. Correct. So I think this is working. Okay. And also you want to you want to use this as a custom object in your code, so you can use this convert JSON to custom object query, okay, or action, and when you pass this and it will convert as a JSON as custom object, and then you can read at particular values. Okay, so one more thing, if you want to I just showed you how to I read mail from other inbox, right, other mailbox. So for that you have to give some permissions. So for that I have come over here. So here you have to do some setting change. Okay, read email in other users inbox or mailbox. So go to your admin center. Okay, on the mail tab, select read and manage permissions and select add permissions. So I've come over here. So this is the user ID, right? Add LV. So I open this. Take some time to open. So yeah, so this is the user, and I am going to the mail tab, and then I have to go to the mailbox permissions. It's still loading. Okay, yeah, so here I have read and manage permissions. So these users can read emails in this user mailbox. So I have given my ID in add permissions. Okay, so I can read this user mailbox or mails, okay, which I showed you in the code also. But for doing this, you need to have the admin access. So if you're working in a client project, you need to raise IT request for getting access, similar access. Okay, so do note it again. So this is the permission you need. Similarly, if you want to send email on behalf of other user, you have to give this send on behalf of permissions. Okay, again you can come over here and give that permission, send on behalf of permissions. Okay, so that way you can send mail on behalf of this user. Okay, I think I hope you found this useful. So thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.